Place a volcanic activity in the harmony mode. Terrifying tremor. A cloud of smoke and ash that totally blocks out the sun. Poisonous gases that kill living things. Temperatures high enough to melt iron and molten rock raining down from the sky. People have always been terrified of volcanoes because these miracles of creation are, at the same time, deadly threats. Like everything in the world, Allah has created volcanoes on the basis of great knowledge and wisdom. Let us now examine some of the delicate ecological balances created by volcanoes under a number of different circumstances. They permit the emergence of fertile soil. The magma thrown up by volcanoes is in a very hot, dense, and viscous form as it leaves the depths of the earth. As it reaches the surface, it cools down and begins to solidify. As a result of this solidification, its structure changes and gives rise to the formations known as volcanic rock. This is gradually broken down by wind, rain, freezing, and erosion, and turns into soil. In addition, volcanic activity is one of the main reasons for the formation of many minerals and precious stones. Copper, diamonds, iron, and granite are just a few of these important substances. Thermal springs. Thermal springs are water sources with healing properties that appear along fault lines in volcanic regions and are higher than 200 degrees Celsius in temperature. Thanks to courses of treatment using thermal spring water and hot mud, diseases such as rheumatism and sciatica, broken bones and fractures, skin disorders, physical and mental fatigue, stress, and nervous tension can all be treated. Were there no volcanic activity on Earth? What would happen if there was no volcanic activity on Earth? Well, many of the substances we rely on in our daily lives and in industry would not come into being. They might perhaps be obtained artificially, or other alternative substances might be found. But that would involve a great deal of effort, brain power, and financial expenditure. In the same way, the hot waters and thermal springs that contain various minerals would not have formed. The Earth would be very poor in minerals, and it would be impossible for us to benefit sufficiently from the plants that represent our main food source. Our Earth might well have remained a dead, barren planet with no surface features or atmosphere, just like other planets. What if there were constant volcanic activity on Earth? Now, imagine a world in which there was constant volcanic activity. What would such a planet be like? The answer is very short and clear. Life on such a planet would be impossible. Everywhere would be covered in red-hot lava, and all living things would be burnt to ashes. The poisonous gases given off by volcanoes would reduce the oxygen level, and the atmosphere would no longer be able to sustain life, and we would be poisoned and die with the first breath we took. Volcanic activities would cause constant earthquakes, and the Earth would no longer be a safe place for any living thing. Allah has created volcanoes, like everything else, on the basis of a sublime order and delicate balance, under the most appropriate conditions. Human beings' duty is to reflect on this sublime creation of Allah's, and to see our Lord's might and turn to Him. I take refuge in Allah from the accursed Satan. In the creation of the heavens and the earth, and the alternation of night and day, there are signs for people with intelligence. Those who remember Allah, standing, sitting, and lying on their sides, and reflect on the creation of the heavens and the earth. Our Lord, you have not created this for nothing. Glory be to you. So safeguard us from the punishment of the fire.